Hey guys, welcome back to Motorcycle Maintenance Channel. On this episode, we're going to show you how to install this no-name exhaust that we got off of eBay for $190 on a 2022 60th Anniversary Edition R7 motorcycle. This exhaust only weighs 7.7 pounds and the stock exhaust we're removing weighs 16.8 pounds. So we're going to get a good weight reduction and hopefully a better sounding bike by the end of this video. Alright guys, we're going to start here at these two bottom clips. Your bike's going to have several different clips like this. They're all plastic clips that hold the plastic pieces together. They have various ways to untie them. If it's a new bike, it might be all uniform, but once you remove them, they start to break, so they might be a little different. So this one you just kind of twist and pull out like that. This type of clip, if this is the one you're dealing with, you're going to push in here on the middle like this and then pull it out right here. There is no place to stick a screwdriver in it, it's just flat and flush here. So on this one we're just going to yank underneath it and pull up like this. And it comes right out like that. So on this one, it's another one of these, so we'll just kind of use our screwdriver to take it out. So these are the various styles of plastic clips you'll find in your motorcycle. Next, you're going to get a 4mm Allen key and go after this bolt here. Take that one out. So back here there's another 4mm Allen key bolt. I'll take these off. And then right under here there'll be one more. I'll just kind of pull this back. Gently pry it away. Looks like it has two little clips on the inside that grab it. Make sure you don't break those. Well, it looks like there's some heat shielding, which we'll use the same 4mm Allen key to take away. And it's attached, you'll see over there. So I'm just going to take this and put that back on and then disassemble the other side of it. So all this will just come off as one piece. And it'll be the same exact screws on the other side. So on the other side of this lower bolt, you'll have these two 4mm Allen keys that are the same, but up here it'll be a 10mm hex nut. So that's a little different on the other side, but it's nothing that should stump you too bad. Just use your tools to get it off. Loosen all the stock exhaust bolts, and we're going to start up here at the header bolt right here. And there's 4 of them. This is a parallel twin engine. Looks like they're 12mm. Yeah, I'm going to start with this header bolt. move to the next one. And they're not on there with a lot of torque. All right, so they're loosened, but they're not off. To loosen the rear exhaust bolts, you'll need a 6mm Allen key to take off the rear set. And they're pretty good. There you go. Guy just breaks the nut with that. So now we'll just kind of tie this up and out of the way so we can get to the exhaust bolt. $12mm hex nut. Loosen that. Okay, starting to get more loose. Looks like there's one more bolt on the other side. And there's another 12mm hex nut on the other side, directly across from where that one is. And you do not need to remove the rear set on this side to access it. I went ahead and totally took that one out. So I took that one out. Now I'm going to go back to the front of the bike, finish removing the header bolts. Before we completely remove this last rear bolt, we got to take out this oxygen sensor. So get a 17mm crescent wrench and break it loose. Just kind of let it unwind itself because we didn't unplug it, so it's not going to hurt the wires, but don't want to leave it like that either. All right, so now let's take off that last 12mm bolt. We're going to remove this last 12mm bolt here in the back end. And I'm going to hold my hand underneath the exhaust to support it. Remember, it weighs almost 17 pounds. All right, take it out, and it's not coming out. What's going on? There it goes. Just gotta wiggle it. All right. Hold on to your exhaust gaskets. You're gonna reuse these. I've been told by a credible source that you can reuse them, so we're gonna reuse these guys. And we take out this giant exhaust. So this particular kit comes with two header tubes like this and a wide tube like this. So we're going to connect both those tubes. You'll grab your longer springs. You'll see you have some shorter springs. So grab this one here with the two longer springs right here, and you'll line up the eye holes of the, just like where the springs connect, with the same one that's on the other tube, kind of like this. Put it in there like that first. Here's one. And we'll do the other one. All right, so kind of should look like this. So we get this. And I do not have a spring puller, but I have some channel locks. Ooh, don't want to hit myself. Let's see here. There's one. Definitely better if you have a spring puller. Which I don't believe I brought with me. All right. And then we'll get the other one. It kind of works like a spring puller. There we go. 90-degree pick. All right. Next, cut these guys loose. All right. So this will be ready to be positioned up in there. But before we do that, we're going to get a little bit of grease and put it on our header gaskets. And then the grease will just kind of burn off afterwards. So it might smoke a little bit when you turn on the bike. So that gasket's stuck up there. I'll do the next one. All right, so now that gasket's stuck in place. All right, guys, so I didn't tighten that up. I just put them on there to hang the exhaust. It is kind of difficult, but it's nothing crazy. Next, we got to put in this thing. So before it was up here, now it's down here. So we're gonna have to take it off of its original perch there. And just kind of wire it down here. We'll take it here and I'll put a little black zip tie up here and just kind of hold it to there. So we're just going to relocate it down here. go ahead. Just kind of pre-twisting it this way, so like I'm twisting the wires this way to get ready to twist it back the other way. Because we're not unplugging it. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable twisting the wires, you can unplug it from back here, but it's not going to hurt it to twist the wires. Okay. And it wasn't crazy tight on there, so I'm not going to make it crazy tight on there. I'm just going to one or two ugga-duggas. All right. So, make this look nice. We get a black zip tie. It looks factory. And we'll zip tie it right here to the fairing stay. There we go. We'll cut off the excess. There it is. So next we're going to install this guy. And he's going to go right here. But before we do that, we're going to take out the baffle. Because why are we going to put an aftermarket exhaust and leave the baffle in? I guess we could do it to save weight. But we also want to make the neighbors mad. Let's see, so looks like they stayed with that 4mm Allen key back here. So there's a little rubber cap that goes right here. Take our 4mm Allen key, take this out. This also saves us more weight. Saving weight's the goal. There you go. Make sure you get the screw out. And we'll just keep the screw with the baffle in case the neighbors complain too much. You can stick it back in later. Okay, and then we'll put our little cap back. Now that's a lot bigger. Okay. So, stick this guy here. Not exactly sure how it's going to go in, but that's why we lift everything kind of loose. So we have this one. Okay, kind of like that, and kind of like that. So I think we're going to have it come out like this. So for now, we've chosen this setup, and not this one. But it seems like this would go perfect right here, and then hook up with our exhaust there. So we're just going to kind of set it in place. They give us these little pieces here. So what I'm going to do is have one washer on one side. It's going to come in through here like this. Then it's going to go through the stock exhaust bolt holder like that, and we're going to put the other washer on the back side with this nut on it, right in here. So we decided to go with this setup. After you do that, you want to kind of get this one ready to be in. It's going to be just these two. We're going to leave it just like, well, we can go ahead and do it now. I'm going to take this, just like before, the washer will go first on the screw, kind of like this setup. We'll go through the bracket. On the other side, we'll do washer, and then the bolt. Nothing's tight. It's just going where it's going for right now. Next, there's some more springs. I guess they give you extra springs in case you want to do this part a little snugger. I'm going to go ahead and grab the medium springs because you remember we did the longer springs here. And I'm just going to do this top one first because I have a feeling that once it snugs up here completely, this will be hard to get to. So I'm just going to do that. There we go. And I'll do the bottom one last. So everything's kind of on there super loose, which is fine. And we'll go ahead and tighten up our header bolts. So now we're going to finish tightening down our header bolts. It's not a whole lot of torque. It's 14 foot-pounds or 168 inch-pounds. So set your torque wrench to 168 inch-pounds or 14 foot-pounds. And then you're just going to go tightening a little bit at a time, each one. First one side, then the other. Don't go straight to maximum torque on just one. You kind of want to do it in even steps. All right, header bolts are torqued to spec. Next, finished making the rest of this look nice. It was a no-name muffler, but now it's an acropophic muffler, just like that. See that? That's how you save thousands of dollars. Beautiful. And now, before we start putting plastics and stuff back on, just get like a rag, some WD-40, and wipe all your prints off the tubes so it doesn't burn the grease from your hand on the tube, then your pipes look bad. So we're just gonna go like this, wipe them down, because half the fun of getting a new exhaust on your bike is the bling factor. I mean, yeah, the performance and the lightweight options and all that stuff is cool, and the noise, but you can't forget about the bling factor. There we go. Go back with this piece. Start with this screw back in the back here. And then I'll go to the other side and put it on the other side. Now we could do this through fast motion. Okay, so ideally you probably would have wanted to do this before putting your fairings back on. But it can be done this way as well. And this is metal, so it doesn't really need it there. All right, guys, we finished putting on our Akrapovic exhaust on this R7 motorcycle, and we're about to take it outside and crank it up and see what she sounds like. The only thing we didn't use in our exhaust installation, besides the baffle, which we knew we wouldn't, is the plug that goes for the oxygen sensor. If you are going to use this and you're going to completely disconnect your oxygen sensor, you need to take your ECU out and go get your bike flashed. It'll be fine without it. You don't need it as long as you leave your oxygen sensor on the muffler. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Let's go outside. All right, guys, we're out in front of the studio. We're going to crank this up and give it a listen.